Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So, I hope I'm wrong, but what I'm coming through right now is 13 is apparently trying. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but what I'm getting is this: is essentially he's coming through to me, and the excuses that's coming through, because it's an excuse, really. There's no. This is where I disagree with all of y'all. There's no excuse not to be there if you're aware of somebody about to kill themselves. None. Especially, there's really none for whoever you are, especially if you're going to call yourself a Most High servant. I'm sorry, I have a complete disagreement of that. So, and this really illustrates the whole issue with everything, especially the spiritual community. Y'all have got your heads up your rear ends, in my opinion. Saying that as benignly and politely and with as much respect as I can, but it's a very profound mistake that you guys are making. It's progress. Progress. As long as you're making progress in your journey and you're putting one foot in front of the other and making steps in a progressive direction, then you are aligned with the Most High way of doing things. It's that simple. And it's like I'm not even gonna get angry. Like it's not gonna do any good because I can break it down to an energetic standpoint. The science will show when we neglect things in our space, what we're aware of, that is a sin. That in itself is going to keep you from being able to reach your optimal well-being level. So this is what's bugging me about 13 is he's sitting there on his high pedestal thinking he's super righteous and everything, but yet he can't even reach out to help a dude who's going through a hard time. So what he's choosing to do right there is in his most high state that he's proclaiming that he is in, from that state that says that he has a connection to a most high way of living and being. Okay, this is assumingly this is what I'm picking up on is he's telling me he's in a position that I'm not, and because I'm not in his position, that for one he doesn't have to help me out, and that I'm not able to do what he's doing because he's in something that's more advanced than me. And I'm in complete disagreement of that, and I will break it down to a scientific level because this is a serious issue and it's creating a giant divide in humanity because there's a lot of people that are going to continue listening to 13 because he's choosing not to listen to me or even discuss what's going on with me. And then there's other people looking at me and what I'm doing, and I think what's going on here is y'all know in your hearts what I'm doing is what we need to do, but 13's still stuck on doing things a selfish way, which is evil, okay? And he's dragging y'all along with it, but that's y'all's choice because you guys have your own hearts and your own minds and your own abilities to think for yourselves too. So you guys got this is where discernment, okay? Everybody has things to work on, including 13, including myself, including every one of you guys watching me. Again, going back to the sciences, because if there's going to be any way to figure out what the truth is, we need to look at science, the observable facts, and that's what science is looking at the patterns of our reality. This is how we're able to deduce what temperature is. This is how we're able to deduce what we call gravity and what we call all of these things, even though there's still a lot we don't know about, but we learn about truths because we continue to see the repetition of these things repeating themselves over and over and over again, which proves that they're a fact. Like right now, that is an evident way that the physics are being able to move in this reality is physics. That's what we have determined. The intricate movements and things that make up this reality, we can now use physics to label them so that we can specifically see, and then I can use these specifics that we've agreed upon and talk with somebody else about specifics that humanity has agreed upon. And because there's this common agreements, we're able to relate and communicate in a way that's to where we're able to grow in a good way, to where it's not people just bickering about definitions, it's an actual building of something good. When most of the time, most conversations are just a bickering of opinions. So again, if we're gonna speak from the state of a most high being, what does that look like? Again, okay, because to me, it's somebody that is aware of a reality in this most high state. To be a most high servant would mean that you are supposed to help the reality that you're aware of in the most high way as often as possible, all the time. That's what it means to me. So I don't fulfill it. I don't meet that standard as all the time. I hardly ever meet it, but I'm progressing towards it. That's the point. Is I've made significant grounds and leaps and progression towards that. And from where I've come from, leaps and bounds. leaps and bounds, and I'm continuing to push. That's why I have so much resistance. But this is what humanity needs to learn. This is why 13 doesn't have the type of resistance, because what he's doing isn't a threat. What he's doing is what they want you guys to do, is nothing, essentially, is what it feels like. Either that or you guys are just sitting back and kind of calmly, quietly working on little shits and giggles here and there. But I feel like a lot of that's because of the work that I've done. Or not, I could be wrong, but I feel like he's mainly just sitting back and waiting for shit. So, in my opinion, that's the wrong way to go about doing things. When you're aware of a problem, you fix it. Okay, if we're aware of kids starving to death and we have the means, we live in a country and a state that has an abundance, we should be using that abundance to help those kids starve to death. That's also the lesson that we need to learn as human beings, because that's the whole reason why we fell. Eve 13 even said this. We didn't want to do the work. We didn't want to do the work. What is the work? To spread the Most High way, but to speak it, to be it, the action. Love is an action. So if we're not actively doing it, we're really not being it. But let me just dial back and go back to what it truly means to be righteous and to think and to behave in that type of a way. What would that look like? Okay? Because to me, it looks like whenever you see a problem, you need to help it out. Okay, and this is where you keep doing that as often as you can. And if you get overwhelmed, you tell people, hey, I'm overwhelmed. I can't help you right now, but I will set a date and try to get back to you when I can. Or better yet, this is where if you have a team, you can ask for help from your teammates. And it's like, if you're overwhelmed currently, then that's where your teammate can jump in and assist you. And then if he's overwhelmed, he can ask the next teammate and they can assist you. And if we start thinking like that, then all of the problems, all of the hurt people will get the help they need. And not to enable it, but to help them get what they need so they can help heal themselves. And another thing too, like for people that have been straight up betrayed by people that they thought that they were their friends, like that does happen. And for people that has happened to, it's totally okay to have some sympathy, to have some compassion, to care for them, to maybe show a little bit of extra kind support. And why not throw them a couple like, hey man, I'm sorry that happened to you. That was fucked up. Like we all make mistakes, but for friends to have this thing that we're like, to think that we're friends, and for that friend to take something that I gave him that was supposed to be for us and to completely ditch me when I was at my worst, like that's fucking tragic. For whoever that is tragic. And that is exactly what fucking happened to me. And I get no fucking nothing. And then I end up meeting this dude that says he's the Heavenly Father, and he just ends up fucking manipulating me too. And then fucking running off. I share all of this online, and still nobody really gives too much of a fuck. Michael Serafine tried kinda to come in, but even as he tried to come in, he lied, like right there and trying to help me. He talks about how sometimes he gets depressed, and I was like, okay, well, right here you're saying sometimes you get sad, and so that's the thing. And the reason why is because there's work we're neglecting. And that's what I was going to focus on with him, is also talk about, like, first of all, if I'm going to have a conversation with somebody, they're really going to try to help me, it needs to be truthful. It needs to be authentic. Like, I need to feel like you're being truthful. So Michael Serafine, he attempted, but he fucked up because he then tried to lie. Like, the message that he sent me with the intent to help me, he included that he gets down sometimes, okay? He said that, and then he went and changed, he edited his comment, and he took out that part to make him seem like he doesn't have any issues. And it's like, dude, you're lying. Like, this is what I'm talking about, is I'm just more honest, I'm more authentic, I'm more brave and courageous and expressing on how I really feel and where we're really at. Because y'all are hurting too. I know y'all are hurting. There's no way in hell that you are on a most high level and aware of somebody killing themselves and not able to do anything. No fucking way. Because I know what happens when you start feeling love, when you start being full of love, you can't help but want to express it. And you're sure as fuck gonna be there if you're aware of somebody about to kill themselves. There's no way that dude's on a most high fucking level and not wanting to help somebody who's almost suicidal. No fucking way. I'm sorry. Like, he's delusional. And this is what the discussion would have shown if he had had the courage to actually go through with it. But he didn't, and he wants to sit back there and tell me things like I'm not righteous. But yeah, sometimes I'm not, dude, just like sometimes you aren't. But I'm progressing towards being more like that all the time. That's the difference between me and you, is I know I don't got it all figured out. You still fucking think you do, I think, even though you know you don't. Even though I've seen you try to fight stupid shit for no reason just to get yourself made a fool of. Because you tried to go against stupid shit. Trying to bring up other trees and other plants to go against the hemp because you're anti-weed for some reason. even though it does more for the human body than just about any other thing that I'm aware of. But it's like it does nothing bad. Why hate on it? But it's like he's got this weird mentality to where he doesn't want. I mean, he's under some fucked up spells. Like, I don't know why you would hate against a plant that doesn't even get you high. It does nothing but goodness, and you're sitting here trying to come up with alternatives when I'm sitting here sharing with you something that does more than anything else, can be harvested in 4 months, and does all the beautiful things that we need in this world from this one fucking plant. You can't even help spread information out. You're gonna try and fight me on that too. It's just stupid. And it's like, I see, like, Josh shared that information with me, and this is where I'm different. As soon as Josh said that to me, I was like, what the? Hemp can do that? Like, what? I was like, initially there is a little bit of resistance, but I wasn't like trying to find alternatives. I still had enough caring for the Most High Way to where I was able to see what the hemp plant does, and I'm like, that is Most High. Like, of plants, of what they can do, that right there is a plant that is of a higher level than everything else. I was aware of it. Like, that's why there's so much resistance with that plant, because it is so powerful. Just like anything else on this planet that's really of that power that threatens this evil realm is going to be hit with a lot of resistance. That's why I say, if you don't have that in your life, then you really ain't doing shit against that's threatening this fucking evil beast. So I'm going to continue breaking this down so that it can be known, dude. This is silly. There should not be this, like, ooh, what does it mean to be a Most High thing? It's simple. It's all about love. Again, the sun. He says he's the 13th sun. The sun shines light, energy, love on everything, good and bad. So y'all being picking and choosing about who you want to love is wrong. Unconditional for everybody. Doesn't mean you enable bad behavior. It means you love all equally with what it needs. You don't pick and choose. That's where you guys are using your selfish desires and wanting to pick and choose on shit. A lot of it I have to feel has to do with racism. Just fucking being real. I hope I'm wrong, but this is where it's fucked up. Y'all think we're the racist ones, but a lot of the times when I look at y'all and the energies that y'all's got, you guys are the ones full of the hate. You guys are the ones that want to hate on us most of the time. And it's sad, because most of these white guys out here are actually really fucking good dudes with good hearts, but we get fucked up a lot. And we do like to fight along against each other and shit, but so do y'all. I just saw a McDonald's video from Atlanta, Georgia, where, you know, it's full of a bunch of melanated rich people, and a 19-year-old female ends up shooting another melanin-rich female at McDonald's over over a discrepancy with their order at McDonald's. Dead. Some 19-year-old shoots another chick, and she's dead. 2 lives are ruined because of going to McDonald's and there was a discrepancy with the order. That's how volatile y'all, I mean, just humans in general, but because I'm picking up on a race thing, dude, and the people that I've interacted with within his community, I've gotten a lot of hate from y'all. Even when I just try to go in and just be nice, it's like if you're not totally dialed in with everything 13 says, then he looks at you like you're a fucking parasite. And that is evil. Like, that is exactly where we need to get away from. That's not the Most High way. That's not the loving. That's not the one to help, heal, and teach everything way. That's the stay away from me if you're not exactly how I want to be. That's really how the Christians treat shit. You guys are doing the same fucking thing. It's persecution. It's perpetuating more hate. It's even terrorizing to an extent. So it's like, this is stupid. That's why my whole way of being is just to try to find out the best way for everybody. That's all I was gonna go. Like, that makes more common sense than any truth I've ever found on anything in this planet. And you guys know I'm right. That's why none of you guys can outsmart me. Sure, there's little things I fuck up on here and there, but the general meaning, the general message that I've been perpetuating is right. Y'all know it is. Because it's all about finding what's the best thing for everybody. It's not selfish. It's not jaded. It's what we need. Exactly. Specifically what we need. And then I got people trying to say, like, I'm not righteous. Like, that doesn't excuse you from not helping somebody in need, dude. Even if that were true. But, I mean, at times I'm not. Yes, at times I very much am. And you're still going to sit there and, like, think that you're the Most High way, even though that you're denying to help somebody out that's in a very detrimental spot and is actually in a very similar space in what you're thinking about. And actually, I mean, right there, that tells me you really don't care about the kids either, dude. Because if you really cared about helping starving kids, you would want to talk to me just to want to talk to me. And you should know that a Most High being can use every situation to help somebody grow in a good Most High way. And if you really had that Most High connection, you would be able to do the thing too. But you can't, because you really don't. That's why I can, because I'd be willing to talk to anybody that want to talk about this shit, but they really don't want to. I'm not gonna talk to my former friends who I know have got manipulative fucking tendencies, and that's what they've done every single goddamn time I've ever tried to talk to them. Especially when the last time I tried to talk to him, he tried to set me up with some evil fucking bullshit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I've given him so many goddamn chances. All this motherfucker does is try to break people down and pinpoint things that they're wrong in, and then steer their own little dumbass bullshit ways in without being able to create fucking anything on his own. I'm not talking to him. He's a demon. That dude fucking has no idea what he's done to me. Like, no idea. I hope he never has to know, and I'm sorry he got fucked over by his mom. That's not my fault. I was the one real friend in his fucking life, and you treat me like this. Get the fuck out of here. And then you got people like 13 that want to sit there and whatever, dude. So I know what I'm doing is what needs to be done, and y'all know it too. So you want to sit there and act like I'm the fucking biggest problem and all this and that, and yes, I do have my issues, but so do y'all. And that's what we need to get over, is we all got things to work on, dude. We can all be there for each other, or we can choose to say, fuck you. I'm choosing to try to be there while dealing with my own shit. That's the best anybody can do. It's exactly what I am doing. Sad, man. And it's sad too, because it is that thought of us wanting to work together and build together. That is what's going to save the fucking day. And the more he hits me with shit like he just hit me with, the more it tells me he's in the wrong. Which is sad, which is really sad, because there is nobody else. Like, this, what I'm working on is the way, and the enemy wants humanity as far away from what I'm doing as possible. So those that get closest to me are going to hit the fucking hardest, because it's also a test to see who the fuck you really is. And right now, what you're showing is you more like that thing that we need to get away from rather than that thing that we need to be. Which is sad, because he's in this delusional state thinking he is that thing that we all need to be when he actually isn't. Anyway.